Hello, welcome to our third week of God's Neighborhood on the Road. The first thing I want to share with you this morning is our next family participating in our 3-minute bridge building challenge.
And now we're going to make our bridge. Right, guys? What did we decide to make the bridge with, guys?
Magnetiles.
Magnetiles. There you go. All right, don't be silly. Looking good. After this is made, Robert, what are we going to do with the bridge? What are we going to do?
Okay.
We're going to drive all your cars through it?
Mommy, can we close that like a box?
Sure.
I know what to do for this. You can put that one under there.
Keep trying. Don't have to tear it all up.
You just have to take apart this one. Are you showing that video on the same one, Mommy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, I want to do blue.
This isn't easy.
In the box. I want to do a box. Wait, Sophia, can I show you what I want? I want to do like that right there.
That makes it more supportive if you put a box like that. That makes it so it won't fall. Don't do that.
No, Mommy. Can I show you what I want?
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
That's better.
Like it. That's a pretty cool tunnel.
Finished.
Nice.
Sophia, that is not built. It needs one down there.
All right, you can start driving some cars through it.
We're not done yet.
Bridge builders at their finest.
Why are you putting a bottom one? Just so I can stay more.
All right, Robert, show them how it works.
We're not done, Mommy. We have to do this one.
Robert, drive one car through it just so they can see how it works.
Okay.
Car are you picking? Oh, the blue Porsche. Oh, there you go. And there's our bridge, right, guys? Say thanks for watching. Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Perfect.
Thank you for showing us your bridge. We've been learning about how people who try to bring about peace are bridge builders. This morning, I'd like to think with you all about a different kind of peace. Not a peace between two people, but the peace that you can create in yourself. Sometimes you can feel a warm peace inside yourself, but other times you probably feel an uneasiness inside, and you look for ways to bring yourself back to a place of peace. Different people find different ways of finding peace. Some people like to listen to a different kind of music. Some people may use movement. Some people read or write. Some people spend time in nature, and some people may draw or paint. This morning, I am speaking to you from a labyrinth where I will walk and think about creating peace within myself. The labyrinth is a symbol that has been used by people for meditation and prayer for thousands of years. People enter the labyrinth in different ways. Today, before I enter the labyrinth, I will think about something that I'm concerned about. When I get to the center, I will stand there for a moment and say a small prayer before I return to the outside. You may want to try to use the labyrinth on the paper in your email too. Before I start walking the labyrinth, I'd like you to hear from a few friends about finding inner peace.
Good morning. When I think about finding inner peace, I remember how Jesus throughout his life always went off to a quiet place to pray and find solitude before he went back to teaching and helping others. In the Gospels, Jesus is often surrounded by crowds and very busy, and so he seems to take care of himself by going off to the lake, to the beach. He takes a walk in the desert, he climbs a mountain, and sometimes we find him in his favorite garden too. This reminds me to find some balance and quiet in my life. Every morning I try to make a little time for some quiet. I write in my journal, maybe read some poetry before I take a walk, often around this lake. These are all the ways where I can reconnect with myself, find some time with God, and recharge my heart, my body, and my spirit. I'm curious, what helps you do that? Sometimes when I'm really anxious, I forget to even breathe. And so stopping to take a breath wherever you are, breathing in, breathing out slowly, is a way to take that moment of peace wherever you might be. Well, it's pretty cold out here this morning, so I look forward to seeing you soon, and I hope you can find some quiet time today.
Some people read the Bible and find their way to peace through the words they find there. In John 14:27, Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid."
Hi, good morning. This is Elspeth Dowd here with Zach and Tim, and Zoe's back there somewhere down the path. And we're out hiking, and we were asked to think about how we find peace in the woods. And peace is always relative when we're trying to go somewhere with kids, right? Which is fine, but we have a wonderful time out here. And part of the peace I find comes from the happiness of and joy of exploring somewhere new in nature and trying new things and watching the kids try new things. And I might not be able to actually get away from all of my worries, but at least there's some distance out here from them, which is great. And I find a lot of peace from seeing, even in the middle of the winter, that things are growing. The moss, the lichen, the buds that are getting ready to come out in the spring, seeing that the seasons are turning and spring will come again. We spend a lot of time hiking in the winter because of the lack of ticks and poison ivy. And we love it. And it's great to get a little bit of distance from laundry and everyday life and to be out here. Does anybody else want to talk about what they like about being out here?
I like because when we will go into boat. I like the turtles that will hibernate, and because they are my favorite animal.
That's great. So want to come over and
I like seeing all the icicle holes and knowing that I'm away from cars that could run over me.
That's always good. That's always good. Anything, you're good.
If anyone's curious, we're on the Hemlock Ledge Trail in Rockville, Rhode Island.
We had a closing prayer here. Peaceful God, Thank you for time outside with my family and friends. Help me to quiet my worries and find quiet peace in myself. I pray for peace for everyone in the world. Amen. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's so good to be with you for our Peace Dove activity. Today we've been talking about ways that we can feel peace within ourselves and how we can get back to a feeling of peace when we're uneasy. Laura told us that when Jesus wanted to restore balance, he would go off alone to meditate or pray in a quiet place. She also said that she writes in her journal to help her deal with things. The Dowd family talked about finding peace on a walk in the forest. I have to admit that finding peace on a walk is one of my favorite strategies. When I was a little girl, I would often go on walks with my father, and he would always find something beautiful or interesting to stop and really focus on, even if we were just in our neighborhood. He would say that we don't need to be artists to paint a mental picture and make something beautiful our own. There's actually a word for that, for observing closely, I've discovered as an adult. The word is beholding. I love the word because it comes from an Old English word that means to keep or to hold. So by looking closely at something, you can hold on to it, make it part of yourself, and return to it when you're feeling out of sorts. Well, now it's time for you to do your own Peace Doves. You have a template that Lisa mailed to you. Today we're going to write, I find a feeling of peace by, and I've written something on mine that we haven't actually talked about yet today. I've written, I find a feeling of peace by discussing my worries with someone I trust. Sometimes I find that just saying my problems out loud makes me feel more in control of them. And conversation with a trusted friend or family member can help me to sort through my feelings. So, you have lots of strategies to pull out of your toolbox when you're feeling sad or worried. Think about what helps you to regain your sense of well-being and write it on your dove. As always, there's no right answer here. If it works for you, it's good. Have a peaceful week.
Today, we have heard about some of the different ways that we can create peace within ourselves when we are sad, when we're afraid, or even when we are happy and want to stay at peace. This week, I'd like you to think about ways you have tried to create peace within yourself. And you might want to try a few new ways as well. I want to leave you with a prayer from Thich Nhat Hanh, a Buddhist peace activist who passed from this earth last week. Peace in every step, the shining red sun is my heart. Each flower smiles with me. How green, how fresh all that grows. How cool the wind blows. Peace is every step. It turns the endless path to joy. See you next time.